such a perfect day. I'm glad I shared it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Well, I am on my way to pick up groceries, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to share because, wow, there's a lot of changes and shifting and challenges and pressure and feelings and all sorts of stuff going on. And communicating how we're feeling to each other is really important. It's good to let each other know how we're feeling, what we're feeling, even if it feels irrational. Maybe sometimes it's good to express those things so that way someone else can go, hey, yeah, it's just been a couple days, because days feel like weeks right now. At least for us, it's interesting how the sense of time has slowed down, and it's important to keep things in check and in mind, in perspective. But be honest. The sooner we express those things, the easier, the sooner we can get over it and get back to being present with each other properly, instead of it being overlaid with unexpressed emotions that are taking away from our authentic experiences with each other. Authentic experiences with each other. That's a big thing of what I feel like I'm doing with sharing my self-care, is sharing our authentic experiences in this challenging situation. Now that my husband has always worked from home, but I've always worked out of the house as a massage therapist who provides house calls or works at a spa, part between the two, and I work outside of the house. And now I'm working inside of the house, and I'm working to create something different from myself than I've done before, that also supports me, and I've put a lot of focus and energy into that for the past 3 days. And to him it felt like so much longer because I felt distant and far away, and he missed me. And I realized that could be going on with a lot of people working at home, when you work from home. I mean, I was kind of like, hey, dude, same thing for you, because he works from home and he'll get so focused and absorbed in things. And I just got used to him being gone for a while. I didn't express how uncomfortable it made me when he was away. I just learned to live with it. And I appreciate that he can't live with it, I guess, the way that I adapted to it, and that he expresses that it's uncomfortable, so that we get back to being with each other. Even if we're not doing the same things together, we're still present with each other. And I don't know if that makes any sense. And maybe all this time together is an opportunity to explore that. Also, learning to establish boundaries and routine when you're working from home, from a sense of making time for family, making sure that you're not getting too absorbed into work all the time, especially those of us that have been self-employed in the massage trade and are scrambling to figure out other things to do. We may be very distracted and not present with our loved ones, and it's good to remember to just keep things in check and set time. I've never been one to like to daily schedule my life to that point. I have a schedule, but it was always kind of a chaotic schedule in the sense that I had some order because I had regular clients that I'd see on a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly basis, and then I had gigs that would pop up in between that. When they were there, I worked them. When they weren't there, I did other things, and I got used to that life. But what I'm doing now requires a lot more structure for me to maintain it and keep it going and maintain the other aspects of my life that are important too. So maybe I'm sharing this with y'all as a reminder, perhaps. I'm just sharing my process because I hope that in my process of processing this humaning experience, as we are leveling up a lot because the pressure has increased so much, it's really forcing us to put our coping skills in action, and sometimes our coping mechanisms take over and we fall back into that, and that's okay, because at some point we're going to become present to what we were doing and recognize what we were doing and go, okay, yeah, I was doing this because of that, and I recognize that, and because of this prior past conditioning, I am more prone to doing this in response to that. So it's not an excuse for behavior, it's just a recognition of human behavior and what we have to work with, and working with that and working on that, and hopefully that made sense, and if it didn't, well, it didn't, but I'm hoping that it's of service in some way, and that you have a beautiful day despite anything that's going on, because it's a choice, it's a practice. You have to practice having a beautiful day. You have to practice seeing the beauty amidst the chaos and the muck and the disorder, finding the beauty in the chaos, finding gratitude for the little things and appreciating those things, and being happy with a lot less, and recognizing that it's up to us to decide how are we celebrating our lives today, because every day can be a celebration, no matter what we're doing, no matter how mundane it is. It's about how we feel in our hearts and how we live, because we do not know how long we will live. So maybe because there is an end point, we can celebrate. We can celebrate with sadness, we can celebrate with rage, we can celebrate with tears, we can celebrate with joy, we can celebrate with all of the emotions. Just because it's celebratory doesn't mean that there isn't space for all of the feelings. If anything, all of the feelings are welcome to dance. It's just keeping things in check, right? You never want your party to get too out of hand, because then you've got a big mess to clean up afterwards. It's always nice when people clean up after themselves. Okay, so getting closer to town. I am so grateful to HEB and their forethought to be prepared. I'm grateful to be in Texas because of HEB and to have so many HEBs in my area so that we are well supported. And thank you, all of the employees and all of the people that are still working to keep the infrastructure functioning and moving and sustained, because we could not survive without you. I hope that I can provide support through what I'm doing to you and to the people that can support you. Thank you.